Hi there, this is Wilson-Felis, and this will be a 30-minute upper body stretch video. So find a seated spot on the floor. You can use a bolster if you like, a blanket if you want. You can sit on a block if you have one handy, or you can even do this work in a chair if you have one around, even a folding chair or on your couch. And so I'm going to use this blanket today to sit on. So I'm going to fold it up into a little rectangle and prop my sit bones up onto it. That way my hips are lifted a little bit higher than my knees. And so we'll begin our practice today seated however you'd like. So if your legs don't like to do this crisscross work, then you can sit with your legs straight out or even in a chair like I said. So we're going to start off our practice with just a little bit of breathing to bring ourselves into this moment. So this week I'm working with a mudra. It's the mudra of unshakable trust. So what you do is you interlace your fingers very, very gently, very softly, so that there's still a little bit of space to see the light through those little spots in between your fingers. And your thumbs are extended straight up. So you can hold that in front of your chest, or you can bring it into your lap if you'd like. And we'll just start by sitting however you'd like, letting the tension out of our shoulders. Sitting up nice and tall, so feeling your sits bones ground down into the floor and the crown of your head, the very top of your head, lifting up. The chin gently tucking in towards your throat. And we'll start to just bring our awareness to our breath. So breathing in really deep and full, and breathing out the same way. Bring your awareness to your rib cage. So every time that you inhale, feel your ribs expand and spread. And every time you exhale, feel them soften and relax. And so again, every breath in kind of lifts the torso, lifts the upper body. And every exhale allows it to relax, allows the shoulders to fall a little bit. A couple more breaths like that, trusting that each breath will come in and each breath will move out. Let's take 2 more breaths just like that, breathing in, filling up completely, breathing out, letting it go. Now we'll release our hands and bring them onto the knees, so however you are, if you're sitting in a chair, you can remain like that. Or on your hands, with your hands on your knees, cross-legged seated. Again, we want to find that tall seat. We're going to be working from the top of our head down through our entire upper body. So from here, we want to work on posture. So bring your chin in towards your throat. Let your shoulders release down. Remember that your neck is really delicate. So if anything ever hurts in your neck, feel free to just go really soft with yourself or omit the practice of stretching your neck altogether. So feel free to kind of change things however it might serve your body. So with this nice tall posture, we'll start to just drop our chin down towards our chest. And from here, let's interlace our fingers and gently bring the hands onto the back of your head, letting your elbows come closer together, rounding your neck towards the wall behind you, and even rounding your back a little bit, rounding into your low back. Don't forget to breathe while you're curled over. So feel that breath moving into your back body, the back of your ribs expanding even bigger with each in-breath, the front half of your body collapsing even further with your out-breath. And then with an in-breath, we'll lift our head up, press it back into our hands, opening our elbows. And we'll start to tilt from side to side. So, tilt to the right, and tilt to the left. And feel your ribs start to open a little bit. And at any time, if you need to switch the way that you're sitting, feel free to do that. Come back up to seated and release our hands down to the ground on either side of the mat or on the mat. And we'll return chin to chest. Start to roll your head towards the right so that your left ear is up towards the ceiling. It might be that you start on the opposite side. And then we'll drop our chin back down to the chest and roll our head to the opposite way. So now your right ear, your left ear might be dropping down to your left shoulder so that the right ear is lifted up to the sky. Take an in-breath there, and as you breathe out, chin to chest, rounding the neck, and then returning to the right. In-breath, and with your out-breath, we'll drop our chin to the chest and roll one more time towards the left. Now from here, let's go back towards the right, so roll your head back over towards the right one more time. We're going to bring our right hand out towards the side and up towards the sky. Let it curl over your head and draw your head a little bit further towards the right. Make sure your left sit bones are grounded down towards the floor. Fingertips grounded, shoulder relaxed on that left side. And if you'd like to explore a little bit, you can. Be aware of what you're feeling in your neck there. So if anything ever causes you to be in pain, make sure to release that. So start to draw your chin forward with your head tilted to the right, and lift your nose and your chin up with your head tilted to the right. And then we'll start to release our right hand. Draw the chin back to the chest. Let your head just hang forward for a moment and feel the sensation on the left side of the neck. And we'll switch sides there, so rolling our head to the left so that the right side is open, the right ear is lifted to the ceiling. And if you'd like to feel more stretch, then you can sweep your left hand out towards the wall, up towards the ceiling, and maybe let it curl over your head so that it's right over your right ear, maybe on your right temple. Draw your head more towards the left, only if that's what you need. So if it doesn't hurt, feels good, then you're on the right track. Don't forget to breathe while you're there, and maybe explore through the right side of the neck by dropping chin to chest and lifting your chin towards the ceiling, just kind of rocking the head forwards and back towards the left. And then we'll begin to release and drop the chin back forward. Just let it hang forward and feel the sensation on either side. And then we'll complete some circles around with the head, the neck, chin to the chest. Roll your head to the left, lift your nose and chin to the ceiling, to the right, and then reverse the movement. Great job. Let's bring ourselves back to center and we'll move into the shoulders. So from here, if you need to switch your seat, always a good reminder to do that. So maybe it's just crisscrossing your legs the other way. We'll drop our right hand down into the mat. Left hand will sweep out and up and overhead. And if you'd like to, you can bend into that right side body, increasing that stretch. Make sure that your left sit bone stays on the floor, and that whole left side body extends from your armpit to your hip. Don't forget to breathe. Breathe in and reach a little further. Breathe out and relax and soften. Breathe in again and feel those left ribs expand. And breathe out, relaxing. And we'll inhale and bring ourselves back up to center. Drop the left hand off the side of the mat, or maybe on the mat, and we'll reach our right hand up to the sky, maybe over your head. Maybe you start to bend into your left elbow. Make sure your right sit bone stays on the floor, and you're extending from that sit bone all the way through your right side body, through your ribs, through your fingers. And take a breath. Again, with every inhale, feel the side of your ribs expanding, relaxing and softening with your exhale. And we'll inhale and bring it up again. Let's go again to the right. This time maybe sliding your right hand out a little further, noticing where that edge is. If your left sit bone has peeled up off the ground, you've gone a little too far, so connect that left sit bone as an anchor and lift away from the anchor. With an inhale, we'll fan our way back up and do one more time towards the left, making sure that that right sit bone stays on the floor, reaching away from it. Don't forget to breathe here. Inhale and bring yourself back up to center. Now we're going to go back over towards the right and then begin to round over top. So round over top that right knee, reaching your left hand past the right leg, maybe connecting your fingertips down to the ground and starting to work your way around your mat, towards the front of the mat, over towards the left side of your mat, over the left knee eventually. Start to lean into that left shoulder. And then we'll start to make our way back around up towards the front of your mat, stretching through your legs, through your hips, over the right leg. Great job. As you come back over towards the right, reach that left hand up towards the sky. Start to pull yourself back up to center. Nice work. And we'll do one more sequence here. So take your left hand towards your right knee. Right hand towards the mat behind you, or maybe if you're using a chair, you're using the back of the chair. We'll take an inhale and sit up tall, let your shoulders relax. And as you exhale, wring out the chest. So look over top that right shoulder. As you inhale, lift up through the chest. As you exhale, twist a little bit more. If there's pain there, don't press that far into that twist. Let's take one more big breath. So expanding through the chest with your inhale, exhale, and wring it out. Great job. Keep your left hand on your right knee. Sweep your right hand up to the sky. Then we'll start to dip our left shoulder down towards our left knee, still reaching the right hand up towards the ceiling. Maybe your right arm continues to rotate over your head, expanding the right side of your ribs. It's whatever's available in that right shoulder. So you have a whole lot of range of motion in there. See what is available for your arm. So start to reach your right hand up to the sky and back down while you're tipped over towards the left, back up overhead, seeing if there's any catches in that joint. Great job. And we'll start to bring ourselves back up to center. You want your right arm crossed over top your left. And then we'll begin to lift our arms up. We're going into eagle arms. So our left elbow will first bend to hold the right arm in place. And then we'll bend the right elbow too and see how far apart our elbows are. Some of you will be able to get the backs of your wrists together or close to each other. Some of you may not. And if you have the backs of the wrists together, you can try to wrap the wrists around. So from here, let's try to lift our elbows out, drop them down towards the belly, lift them out and up again, back down towards the belly. A couple more swipes with the elbows. Maybe start to tilt your head a little bit. See what you're feeling in there, if that opens up the scalenes on the side of the neck at all. And then we'll start to unwind our arms. Reach your hands behind you. If your legs are crisscrossed, then notice which ankle is on top. So right now it's my left ankle. So when I switch my legs, I'll make sure my right one is on top next. So let's extend the legs out. If your legs are already straight, you can just stay like that. We'll squeeze our shoulder blades back together, look up towards the ceiling, and we'll just kind of expand the chest open, squeeze those shoulder blades back. Great work. From here, let's separate the feet a little bit. Reach up towards the sky, lengthening up towards the ceiling, and begin to fold forward towards your toes or your ankles, your shins, or your knees, wherever you are. If you happen to have a strap handy or a robe strap from your house, you can wrap that around your feet too. And we'll just start to round our back and stretch through the backs of our legs. While you breathe, imagine that the back, rounded part of your back is getting the most oxygen. So as you inhale, kind of expand through that spot. And as you exhale, start to just soften and relax. Always bringing the oxygen here to the upper body, the torso. That's what we're just kind of focusing on here today. One more breath here, lifting up a little bit with your inhale. Out with your exhale, rounding. We'll slide up the legs, and we'll do the other side. So if your legs were straight on the other side, then keep them like this. If not, then you can switch them so that they're crisscrossed the other way. So last time I had my left ankle on top, this time I'll have my right. So we're going to do a round the world to the opposite side. So let's ground those fingertips off either side. We'll slide out towards the left, sweep the right hand up and over, and we want to feel that stretch all the way through the right side of the body. So as you inhale, start to open your chest. As you exhale, start to round forward. Let's try that again. Inhale and open your chest. Exhale, round over. Drop your right hand towards the ground. Start to move your left hand towards it. Moving your right hand away, your left hand towards it. We're going around the world. So you're slowly moving yourself towards the front of your mat. Coming around all the way towards the right. Reach your right hand off the edge of the mat and sweep your left hand up and over. Let's do a nice sequence here where you inhale and open your chest. Exhale and round. I'm sure you recall this from just a moment ago. Inhale, open your chest. And we'll go back around the world, exhaling back towards the right leg, back around the world. Take your time. You can always press pause if you found a spot where you feel some tightness, where you need to spend some extra time. Continue walking around towards the left. And then our right hand will sweep over the head and up towards the sky. Great work. We'll take our right hand towards the left knee, left hand towards the mat behind you. Inhale and fill yourself up. Exhale, add a twist. Inhale, focus on the chest lifting and expanding. Exhale, add a twist. One more like that. Unwind, but keep your right hand on your left thigh or knee. Sweep that left hand up to the sky. From there, start to bend or tilt your right shoulder towards your right leg. And then you have to find that spot in your body where that left arm likes to be. So if you'd like to, you can kind of sweep through that range of motion a couple times. And allow yourself to find any spots where you might get stuck or a spot that needs a little attention. Inhale and bring yourself back to center. Cross that left elbow on top of the right. And then start to lift the arms out away from the body. The right elbow bends this time to hold the left elbow in place. If this is where you are, then just stay here. You can try adding on the next step, which is also bending the left elbow. If this is what it looks like, just stay there. Some of you will be able to squeeze the backs of the arms together or even wrap them around. And then you can start to kind of squeegee out in front of the chest, swiping the arms out in front of you, down towards your belly, noticing anything in between the shoulders there, maybe on tops of the shoulder. Maybe tilting your head a little bit from side to side. And when you're ready, unwind your arms. Bring them back behind you to support you. And then we'll start to extend the legs out. Open your chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades back. Broaden the collarbones there. Flex your feet like you're pushing your heels away from you and bringing your toes back towards your nose. Sweep your arms out towards your feet, up towards the sky. And fold from your hips, so from your waist here. Start to fold into your thighs. And then start to round your back. Again, reaching to your knees, shins, ankles, toes. Or if you have a strap, you can certainly wrap your strap around the bottom of your feet. And walk your hands down towards your feet. So once you find that pose where you like to be in a forward fold, let's breathe a little bit there. So with an inhale, you'll kind of sit up nice and tall. Imagine your ribs spreading apart. And with every exhale, round over. Feel your back expanding and softening, reaching back. Inhale, lifting up higher. Exhale, rounding over. One more like that. And we'll start to roll back up. Now, however you like to sit, it's up to you. If you like to keep your legs straight, you can do that. Crisscross, you can do some deer pose if you'd like. Mringasana with the legs in like a pinwheel. So it's really whatever feels good to you. Sit in a chair. We're going to finish things up here with some robin's breath through the chest, through the arms, and adding a little bit of breath in here. So make sure you've got room around you to spread your arms around, and just like a robin, we're going to open our arms like wings, and we'll start small. So bend your elbows and bring your fingertips as close as they can to the top of your shoulder cap. With an inhale, squeeze your shoulders back, open your chest. And with an exhale, round your back and try to bring your elbows closer together. Look down. Inhale, open your chest, squeeze back. And exhale, round over. One more. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, round over. Now bring your arms out like full extended wings, palms open here. Inhale. As you exhale, bring the palms down and even out so that the backs of your hands touch. Inhale, rotate your palms open as far back as you can. Exhale, round over, backs of your hands touch. Inhale, rotate them open. Exhale. Let's do 3 more. This time, as you exhale, bring yourself into a full body hug. Give yourself a hug here. Let's inhale, open our arms as wide as you can. Exhale, crisscross them the other way. Give yourself that hug. And then inhale, open wide. We'll do that a couple more times. Nice work. Inhale, open your chest as far as you can. With an exhale, let's sweep our hands down to the floor, up in front of us, inhaling up. Exhaling and making a big circle back behind. Inhale in front. Exhale, up and behind. A couple more. Let's bring our hands together at heart center. Start Start to relax those shoulders, maybe do a couple of your shoulder rolls. If there are any last movements that you need here for your upper body, if you need to repeat any of those postures, feel free to rewind, press play again. And we'll bring ourselves back to the mudra of unshakable trust. So interlace your fingers very lightly so that you still have space between your fingers, so it's very gentle, very subtle. And then your thumbs are extended up. This is the mudra of unshakable trust. So it is to cultivate trust in yourself, that everything that you need in this life is already within you, that above anyone else you can trust yourself. Couple deep breaths, bringing awareness back to your chest and your ribs. Every inhale allows them to kind of expand and lift apart. And with every exhale, they soften and come back together and contract a little bit. Thank you so much for joining me for this 30-minute upper body stretching video. I'll be back soon with more to share with you. Namaste.